But who in the hell would invite someone who is against DEI to speak at an HBCU? Okay, Pamela, I don't know if you know, but when the Trump administration...
That part. I don't... Sometimes, like, the playing in your face gets, like, they forget it, right? I'm telling you, in previous videos, for those of y'all that, you know, are new to the channel and things of that nature, or may not have seen said videos, I am fully committed to the fact that MAGA conservatives have convinced their supporters and anybody that will listen to them that DEI means black and unqualified, right? They spent all of 2024 and early on, right after inauguration, explaining that to everyone, like that DEI was black and unqualified. So again, if anybody with working brain cells would hear those same influencers, same politicians, and they speak about DEI and hear the same thing that I just said, black and unqualified is what you have defined as DEI. Not diversity, equity, inclusion. Y'all have seen the videos of the Doge guys that couldn't even define DEI, right? All that to say, yeah, whoever made the scheduling, I don't know if it was some sort of deal to try and boost her support amongst young black voters or whatever. I don't know what the move was, but it's tone deaf, and it's really just goes to show you have no clue. You're completely oblivious that you would try and get this off at a HBCU. Like, it's crazy work.
Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trey.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Back at it with another video.
Another one.
First and foremost, let's clear some things up, right? So obviously I made a couple of videos a few days ago on some surprisingly controversial topics. Well, one, not so much. Long story short, got a lot of feedback. I've been trying to respond to as many of the comments and all that stuff up to a point, because at some point it just repeating over and over again my views and my positions. But all that to say, like, hey, I appreciate y'all coming here, supporting the channel. Obviously, I'm a new YouTuber, and it really means a lot. It's helping me to grow and all that stuff. But obviously, since I'm a new YouTuber and I'm establishing myself, you're not going to agree with everything I have to say. I'm fine with that. Y'all can hit me up in the comments. Give me the business. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting it from real life people. My sister hit me up about one of the videos. We had a back and forth about it. But, yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with engaging, but I hope that as we continue to grow this thing, y'all get to understand my views and my opinions, and we go through that back and forth, that y'all don't just like see a headline or something like that and it just immediately dip out. Like, cause that's not how we engage in conversation. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all might be able to win me over on certain takes that I might have, maybe not. And I'm obviously out here putting myself out here trying to get you to agree with my position, or at least see things from my point of view. So yeah, I just wanted to say that because I feel like there are certain things that I tried to be as even as possible. If y'all go and watch the video, I did a video on something that Bill Maher had to say on his podcast in reference to transgender kids and or parents allowing their kids to transition at a young age. And then I got hit up by a lot of, I'm assuming conservatives, in reference to the Supreme Court ruling last week. All right, moving on from that. If y'all are here watching this video now, make sure y'all take some time, hit that subscribe button. Hit me up in the comments, hit the notification bell too, because I noticed that the algorithm be playing some funny games depending on the topics on what they will and won't show y'all. So at least that way you'll be able to engage with the content when it comes out.
1 hour later.
All right, so in this video, we're going to be reacting to the lieutenant governor from South Carolina was supposed to go out to South Carolina State University, HBCU, for a commencement speech, right? So the students, you know what I'm saying, had issue with that. They protested and they ended up, you know, rescinding the invitation. And that's how we'll lead into it. But again, this is Donkey of the Day from the Breakfast Club. So, you know, Charlamagne going to put a little sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? Sprinkle a something on there. Let's hear what we got to say.
Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette was scheduled to be the commencement speaker at South Carolina State University. Drop one of clues bombs for SC State University, damn it. But the students of SC State University said, man, watch out. Okay, let's go to CBS 10 for the report, please.
Well, honestly, she just doesn't align with our values here at South Carolina State University. She speaks against DEI, which every HBCU, honestly, every school benefits from.
Student government leaders and seniors saying their concerns focus on whether the speaker reflects the values of the university community. During a press conference Wednesday morning, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette says she was invited months ago and plans to deliver a positive message.
The college called and asked if I would be their commencement speaker, and was happy to do that. I'm always happy to share a positive message.
She also called to end diversity, equity, and inclusion, but she also pushed back on criticism, pointing to what she calls a broader issue on college campuses.
We have to get rid of DEI on college campuses. We've got to get rid of indoctrination by professors on college campuses by ending tenure.
What?
So before he gets into it, just based off of that little snippet, it gets worse. But you can kind of tell the vibe that she's on. And I know, people, hate to use the term vibes, you know what I'm saying? But she sounds, a commencement speaker, right? This is supposed to be somebody that's going to come through, give you a message to be prepared for the future and to inspire you as you move on to this next chapter in your life. It's supposed to be uplifting. It's supposed to talk about things that you've gone through, preferably, in the heritage of the school and things of that nature and what you're about to embark on. It's supposed to be like inspiring, like to get you out there to charge after the world. At least in my mind, right? That's what commencement speeches are supposed to be. Now, she was already coming in kind of hot on a lot of political topics, right? And this is an HBCU for one. So it obviously is gonna strike a nerve with a lot of the rhetoric and the things of that nature. Obviously, not obviously, but the Lieutenant General, she's Lieutenant Governor, she is a MAGA conservative. So this is just me going out on a limb here. A lot of the students that are attending an HBCU probably on the opposite end on her political take, her social views, her social takes, but we'll let them speak for themselves.
She's no longer the commencement speaker, and I have zero problem with this. Okay, why? Because commencement day should be all about the students, okay? That's what commencement ceremonies are for, to celebrate the students, their accomplishment of graduating. It's about reflection for the students, closure for the students, and most importantly, recognition of their academic journey, okay? Commencement ceremonies honor the hard work of students, the personal sacrifices of students, and the achievements of the students who are now graduates. And it's also an opportunity for families and loved ones to share in the pride of the moment. That moment does not need to be overshadowed by someone who is in opposition to the values that these students believe in. Okay, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette has publicly opposed DEI programs. That's her right as an American, but who in the hell would invite someone who is against DEI to speak at an HBCU? Okay, Pamela, I don't know if you know, but when the Trump administration
that part. Sometimes like the playing in your face gets like they forget it, right? I'm telling you, in previous videos, for those of y'all that, are new to the channel and things of that nature or may not have seen said videos, I am fully committed to the fact that MAGA conservatives have convinced their supporters and anybody that will listen to them that DEI means Black and unqualified, right? They spent all of 2024 and early on, right after inauguration, explaining that to everyone, like that DEI was Black and unqualified. So again, if anybody with working brain cells would hear those same influencers, same politicians, and they speak about DEI and hear the same thing that I just said, Black and unqualified is what you have defined as DEI. Not diversity, equity, inclusion. Y'all have seen the videos of the Doge guys that couldn't even define DEI, right? All that to say, yeah, whoever made the scheduling, I don't know if it was some sort of deal to try and boost her support amongst young black voters or whatever. I don't know what the move was, but it's tone deaf, and it's really just goes to show you have no clue. You're completely oblivious that you would try and get this off at a HBCU. Like, it's crazy work.
Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
Attacks DEI, they are attacking HBCUs and HBCU students as well, okay? Because without DEI, HBCUs aren't ensured funding for infrastructure and student programs. Their access to top employers are halted. Basically, DEI initiatives help, close these gaps that exist in regards to access to opportunities for these black students. Not to mention, they combat systemic racism in hiring and education. All that progress black people have made rolled back because of your boy, and you are in public opposition to DEI programs, okay? That attack HBCUs, but you want to come speak at an HBCU? That makes no sense to me. Also, SC State University President Alexander Conyers, why would y'all want that? Okay, like, her views don't politically align with the school's history. They don't align with SC State's mission. They don't align with the history of Orangeburg. Do I have to remind you of February 8th, 1968, when students from SC State and Claflin were protesting segregation? And after days of demonstration, law enforcement confronted those students and let off shots, opened fire on a bunch of unarmed students, the Orangeburg Massacre? Those protests were organized by SC State students. Okay, the same spirit of those kids who were out there protesting segregation in '68, that was the same spirit that we saw the past couple of days protesting against Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette in 2026. Maybe that's what President Conyers was trying to say when he was speaking yesterday, because he seemed to be concerned about how the students of SC State would be perceived. Let's listen.
We can't pull back what's out on social media. We can't pull back what people think. But I certainly don't want people to think that the students here at South Carolina State University, future educators, doctors, lawyers, attorneys, scientists, business owners, are thugs. I've made the decision to rescind the invitation to the Lieutenant Governor to speak at your commencement.
In light of the history in Orangeburg, I can understand the trauma that he may be feeling. I don't want to speak for him, but it sounds like something like the Orangeburg Massacre is in the back of his mind. But let the record show, protesting is not an act of terrorism, okay, but rather a constitutional right. Those kids at SC State exercise their right to peacefully protest. So anyone who looks at those kids as thugs, that says more about them than it does those kids. Those are probably the same people who called January 6th insurrectionists patriots, but called a bunch of young black men and women at SC State University protesting.
And the lieutenant governor responded by calling them a woke mob, I believe, in her response. We're going to get into some of her reaction to this and why, obviously, they made the right choice to rescind her invitation. And, yeah, she should probably be looking for a new job, but let's keep it going.
Thugs and a woke mob. Oh, yes, Pamela Evette called him a woke mob. Let's listen.
Oh.
Well, I was at the White House today. I heard about what's happening on the campus of SC State University. Let's be clear, facts trump feelings in the real world. President Trump and conservatives have done more for HBCUs than any administration in history. I must be doing something wrong.
The HBCUs that she's talking about, they've actually defunded since Trump has been in office. By repealing the DEI initiatives at the college, that gets rid of funding, right? That gets rid of positions of teachers. And when you start removing teachers and programs, you remove those programs, right? So you remove tutoring, you remove, the amount of students in the classroom, things of that nature. So they have actively defunded those students. So she's just blatantly lying right here. But Trump has said that he's done more than HBCUs. And if you go and look up a lot of her one-liners, she's definitely diehard MAGA conservative. She just regurgitates all the Trump one-liners. And there's going to be a lot more of this. Obviously Trump can't run for another term. Well, we hope. The rules say Trump can't run for another term, but these types of people, these grifters, are still going to exist, and they are still just going to continue the grift.
Right, because woke mobs are coming after me for being a champion of eliminating radical DEI scams on college campuses. So bring it on. Just like President Trump, I'll never back down or bend a knee to the woke radicals. I'm ending DEI on campuses once and for all.
Oh, the Hellmans was heavy in that statement. Wipe the mayonnaise off your fingers, okay? All she proved to me with that statement is that SC State University made the absolute wrong choice to have her as the commencement speaker, but the absolute right choice in removing her. Okay, those young men and women at SC State were 100% correct in their right to protest. They have the right to say who gets to represent their HBCU on its biggest stage. Now, SC State, if you are looking for a new commencement speaker, look no further than one of your own right there on campus, Nakia Marie, I believe that's her name. I watched this clip of her speaking like about 4 times yesterday. Let's listen.
I want to be clear about this. This is not a black and white issue. This isn't a political issue. It's not a Democratic or Republican Party issue. It's not about that. It's a morality issue. We're here. We've been here for 4 or 5 years. Commencement, we should have someone who's going to celebrate us. How can someone who goes against everything that we stand for and believe in, morality-wise, how can that person uplift me on my day of stepping into the real world? How can I don't feel supported. It's nothing that she can say that will make me feel encouraged to step out into this society. A society where the America and the country that I believe in, she don't have that same agenda. And I want to say something, being conservative is not the issue. That's all right. We all have our own political views. But she's explicitly said, I am a Trump conservative. Okay, if you believe in Trump, you support pedophilia, you support bigotry, you support racism, what else? Pro police, the same police that's killing our people, the same, and also she also supports ICE. We don't believe in that. South Carolina State has a history of being activists and being proactive and standing up and believing in what's right.
SC State, if you're looking for a commencement speaker, there she go. Nakia Marie, dropping the clues bombs from Nakia Marie. Okay?
Yep.
Pamela Evette, if you had no idea why they didn't want you there, she just told you. Okay? Also, you can't refer to your critics as a woke mob and double down on your positions because all you did was further alienate students and you reinforced their concerns. And guess what? Concerns, when managed effectively, turn into actionable steps. And the students of SC State respectfully managed their concerns, and they told you to get to stepping. Donkey Today is sponsored by renowned person.
So a couple of additional things, because when Charlemagne had done this a lot, the other stuff hadn't come out yet. So she responded actually, and pretty much their response is so this is the South Carolina House of Representatives, right? The state legislature. And what they're trying to do is push to, remove funding, to take back funding from South Carolina State University. So they've petitioned that. We'll see how that ends up shaking up. But she came out, she regurgitated a whole bunch of Trump one-liners, stuff like that. She talked about removing the funding. So that's something that they'll have to fight, but all because the student body, they went out and protested, made themselves heard, and they rescinded the invitation because she doesn't adhere to the values that they want at their commencement speech. That's fine. Like I said, for one, I don't understand why anybody would schedule her to begin with. I don't know how that deal was made because I don't like the idea and the practice of a lot of these politicians using people that may not necessarily agree with them as backdrop for photo ops and for propaganda, right? Potentially her going to speak at a commencement speech at HBCU is a solid backdrop for her, and especially if she's speaking about DEI stuff. And oh, by the way, the main kicker in all of this is that she apparently made a whole bunch of money going and instructing DEI policies at like major, corporations, stuff like DEI training and stuff like that for a lot of businesses and or institutions. Like that used to be her job before she became lieutenant governor. So the hypocrisy is just, you can't make these things up. This is crazy. She got herself ahead making these moves, and now that she's ahead and the party line is going one way, she is marching along with the party line. Do not pay attention to anything that I said in the past. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. This is pretty wild. This is egregious. don't understand why you would try and rescind funding just because you got your feelings hurt. You're supposed to be bigger than that, and you're supposed to represent all of these people, no matter if they agree with you or not. But we're in a whole different day and age. You can get your feelings hurt and then take it out on someone politically. Commander-in-Chief has told us at least that much. But if y'all learned something from the video, go ahead and share it with your people. Keep the information flowing, keep the conversation going. And until next time, I'll holler at you.
Wanna be my enemy? I pop out, they go wild, so celebrity. Too busy winning, I forgot that I